All right, there we go. Okay. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a good day. Things are kind of moving at a snail's pace, it looks like, for all this news breaking out. I'm going to put some music on, but I'm going to put the volume really low so I can also... That's not low. Nope, that's not going to work. Never mind. For now. There we go. There we go. I think that'll work out. Yeah, that should work out for temporarily. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Maneuvering some stuff around here, and I think we should be good. All right. So, in a few minutes, the U.S. Senate Banking Committee is supposed to come out with a press conference where there's going to be a lot of questions and statements around cryptocurrency, digital assets, and everything like that. So, excuse me, that's legitimately like what we're here for today. I'm kind of waiting for it to go live though, because the only place I've really seen it is on X, right? X has been interesting here. And hey, Crypto Ricky, happy to see you. Tony, hope you guys have been doing well. Crypto Ricky, I'm still like, I'm getting off of this thing, but I feel like I'm better, but I just have like a stuffy nose and some like allergies going on. So it's been kind of annoying, but overall, yeah, I'm back to normal. And hey, Puma, happy to see you as well. I'm on X right now and I'm trying to look for this, and I'm looking through press conference crypto live. There's nothing live right now. Crypto Crow's talking about it, but there's nothing, there's what do you want to call it? Like, he hasn't found the video yet either. Confirmation in Trump's agenda, that's another press conference right there. So, you know, we haven't found the crypto conference yet. They haven't really done a good job marketing it as far as I'm concerned. But the way I've seen it so far is starting February 4th, 11:30, U.S. Senate Banking Committee, GOP. They're going to have a press conference, and it's going to have the White House, Senate, and House leaders hosting everything. So we should be in a good spot, I feel. It's just like they're running late by a minute. I'm refreshing this page because this is the only place I've really found out that you can watch it just now. I see live. I see live. Let's see right here. Live. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's go over here to this one. That way there's more screen for you guys to view. Let's go over here to turn the audio on that one. I'm going to turn the music off, and we're just going to chill and chat while we wait, because I want to be ready when this thing goes live. So there we go. Banking Committee press event with Senior Senator Tim Scott. Coverage begins momentarily. You know, also, I should probably put my headphones on. I normally don't have to do that, but I think for now, probably the good choice, right? If I can get my headphones over here. There we go. There. There we go. Oh, geez, when the mic monitor is loud or up to 100%, it's basically like screaming into my own ears, but I'm just casually talking. Okay, so right now there's about 23,000 followers or viewers. We're ready to go. Hope you guys had a pretty good day. After last night's stream, my computer did crash, so that was fun. I tried to run some tests and things like that, and it was I learned that my GPU is not overheating. I think it's a voltage issue or something, so I'm going to try to tinker that a little bit today. And hey, King Tommy, happy to see you. Hey, where can you view the press conference? Right here. At this point is where you can view the press conference. Once it starts, we'll be ready to go, right? And hey, Locksky, happy to see you, my man. And hey, CT, cheers, my man. Hope you're doing well, and hope your trading strategy is actually working out pretty well for you, too. Loki's over here, but I don't really have many treats for Loki. I have to go to the store and buy him some more. There you go. Wanna have a little treat there? Yeah. Tickle. All right, there we go. But more and more people are tuning into this. I mean, what we can do very fast is I will leave this tab here. I will open up a new tab, and then when we start to hear some footsteps or something, we'll know to come back in there. So let me go over here and see what's trending on X for today. I mean, Michael Saylor's talking about Michael Saylor's 60th birthday. Wow, he needs some more plastic surgery, my man. Let's see. Dolly Parton, Fantastic Four, Department of Education. That may be some news for today. I don't think it'll affect cryptocurrency all too much. Senator John Kennedy, to my friends who are upset, call somebody who cares. You better get used to this. It's USA today. It's going to be Department of Education tomorrow. Damn. Wow. Okay, there we go. Rosa Parks, Senator Cassidy, Fantastic Four, El Salvador. El Salvador's doing some crazy things. All right, let me go over here and just type in Bitcoin. Come back over here. Nothing is going on. We are live, so we are ready for whenever this does go live here. But yeah, so everything's all set up. Hope you guys all having a fantastic day out here today. I'm curious to see what you guys' thoughts are on all this because we know it's going to be great. And on top of that, here's Bitcoin's 5-minute chart. It launched right into this event here. We're going to see if it keeps on going up or not. This is the 15-minute chart. Here's the 30-minute chart. Let me go to this. You can see we fell down quite a bit after that initial pump yesterday after the tariff news was announced that there's going to be no tariffs against Mexico, no tariffs against Canada, because they both kind of capitulated to Trump and sent some military, did some extra stuff, and stopped dragging their feet on some priorities of Trump's. And then China tariffs are still going through. Right now, though, Bitcoin is making a surge. We did have a breakout here a little bit ago, and perhaps we can see Bitcoin going back up here towards $102,000, $103,000 today. So we'll be watching all of that happen here today. You know, these are a lot of old people out there in Congress, so perhaps they are just taking their time as always. And from what we saw just a few minutes ago on YouTube, there is another press conference going on right now because they just passed, I believe, a few Senate committee confirmations. So I think what's happening here is they are just what would you want to call it, just waiting for their press conference to end so all the cameras can go over to their press conference over here and maybe get a little bit more attention to the crypto moves and the crypto announcements they have planned, blockchain announcements, you name it, that type of stuff, right? Let's see here. What's up, Mike? It's been a minute. Hey, here. I'm happy to see you, man. I know I'm finally off of my cold. My throat's still a little fucked up, and my nose is still a little stuffy. But you know, I gotta deal with it right right now. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me. I'm also in the process of building a new computer once I can find a GPU, but I don't think it'll be impossible. I think I just need to like spend a day trying to find one. And I'm going to try to find it probably later on this week. I'll just hunker down for a whole day, maybe Friday or Saturday, and I'll just start to look for an opportunity to find a new GPU. And hey, California, Michael called Trump coin at 8 million market cap. What do you call, I don't even know. We might have talked about it. Yeah, I think we were talking about it. I mean, for me, that Trump token, it's a YOLO that usually you can take. But I think as far as I remember, I didn't actually start to go long with leverage on that sucker. I mean, with leverage, I guess, until it hit $28. But then I sold it at $64. So 50x leverage, you know, $28 up to $64. Technically, it went up to like $70, something like that. But my stop loss was 64. It was definitely a good move, though. A very, very good move. I think. Let me see if I can go find it over here. See, this isn't the normal stream where I basically just start talking to you guys about the technical analysis and stuff like that. It's not that type of stream. We're here to listen to the you know, the senators and David Sachs and everybody give their spiel about crypto. But it's taken a minute. Oh, also, if you guys are curious, I have been putting out some posts on YouTube, and they're basically just, I'm running a bunch of polls. These will be very anti-Trump polls, pro-Trump polls, anti-crypto polls. They're not going to be down the middle polls, basically. So just get ready for that. Because I said, are Trump tariffs actually a hidden tax on the working class? And then I said something like to the effects of, will it impact the election? Are Democrats secretly rooting for Canada and Mexico to win this trade war? All types of fun stuff. So if you guys are interested in answering poll questions, I've been putting out more of those here. And then last thing is, well, let me see. No, I totally forgot what I was going to do. It's fine. I did get a new banner here, though. That's pretty nice. I do like that one. I copied one of the Andrew Jick guy and his type of thing. But he says like the magic of finance. I'm the magic of crypto. Crypto is really, you know, what I want to be at. All right, let me see. Michael Saylor's 60th birthday wrapped at Wishcraft and Bitcoin. U.S. job openings declined in December. This was, I think, was the big news, and I do think this helped out Bitcoin today, having that news that the job market is getting weaker. And that's primarily because if the job market's weaker, that means inflation should technically go down, which means we should have lower interest rates here sooner rather than later, and hopefully that gets us back up to speed, right? You guys go over here to the 5-minute chart, as we always do here, right? New York has been very quiet today. Very, very quiet. Tokyo had some moves, but it was all off of this volatility we saw over the past few days with tariffs. And it seems like this tariff news really was the driving factor here. You've seen a little bit of volatility, but it's nothing compared to what we normally see. So I think the market right now is kind of slumbering, waiting for this press conference and maybe a few others before we start to see some larger moves. In fact, you saw Bitcoin actually rally up here, but since there's no press conference happening right now, you know, it's taking its freaking sweet time here. Let's see. But it's interesting that Senator Tim Scott is the one that's leading this off, because who I actually want to hear from is not Tim Scott. I want to hear from David Sachs. Let's see. CoinDesk is watching it live right now. Oh, let's see. I mean, everybody's watching it right here. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, everybody's just waiting. There you go. February 3rd, audit Ukraine. So, balancing the budget. Yeah, no news just yet. I guess we just gotta wait. I don't want to put the music on because it's gonna be freaking loud, right? The strategy's been working well. Nice, dude. Nice CT. The new NVIDIA GPU are out. You might be able to get a decent video card for a discounted price. Dude, like, it's been impossible for me to find a video card that I like. Because they're all sold out. Not because, like, they're just, like, pricing. It's just they're all sold out. I have a budget for, like, $3,000 for whatever graphics card I can get. And the most expensive of the new GPUs coming out is, like, I think it's, like, $2,500, right? So it's more of just like, God freaking damn, I want to get a GPU. Let me see. While we wait. Graphics cards by GeForce. I want the 50 series. This is going to be hard to buy for a few months, right? But buying options, right, starting at $2,000. Right, these are all sold out. I would even try to get this Zotac. I know that one seems kind of funky looking. Maybe this Gigabyte NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 Extreme Waterforce. Something like this. $2,600. If this goes on sale, I will buy it. Only thing that sucks is I live in the good old state of Washington, which has a 10% sales tax, which means paying a freaking arm and a leg for this thing. But I wouldn't mind it because I really want it for my computer, and the computer itself is going to cost like $4,000 or $5,000 anyway. So might as well get the best of the best of the best of the best of the best, sir, you know, type of stuff going on there. And hey, Joseph, happy to see you, my man. Solo wasn't working? Oh. NVIDIA has always been great to deal with. Oh, yeah. From what I hear about NVIDIA, it's mostly that they didn't make many chips at the launch, so they didn't have a huge supply. And on top of it, right now it's very hard because they just had Chinese New Year, so all the workers over there in China, or Asia, Taiwan, whatever you want to call it, they're just, they had the week off basically, so they're chilling. They're taking their vacation like we take our Christmas vacation, so they're not as productive over there like we are, during the holiday season. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to one of these types of things. It could even be the $2,000 one. I'd prefer to get the $2,000 one, but it seems like this one comes with like some type of water force, overclocked liquid cool. Having a liquid cooled GPU sounds fucking awesome. It just sounds amazing. It sounds just like it's hard to find though, right? Not available. Map your trip. Not available to be shipped. They're all gone. Micro Center is out, right? It says check back regularly. And yeah, so as far as I'm concerned there, it's going to take me a minute to get it. That's fine. Let me see. Press conference crypto. CoinDesk is there. Nobody is really there. Yeah, we're all waiting. 11:43. Now, let me go back over here because, like I said before, there is another press conference going on.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a real honor to be here, to be invited to Capitol Hill here to speak alongside such distinguished leaders from both the House and the Senate. I want to thank Chairman Tim Scott, Chairman French Hill, Chairman John Bosman, and Chairman G.T. Thompson. So thank you all for your leadership and commitment to addressing some of the most important opportunities of our time in ensuring that the U.S. remains at the forefront of innovation and digital assets. The President said in his executive order in the first week that it's the policy of his administration to support the responsible growth and use of digital assets, blockchain technology, and related technologies across all sectors of the economy. And he established an executive branch working group for digital assets, which includes Secretary Bosman at Treasury, Secretary Noem, soon-to-be confirmed Attorney General Bondi, Secretary Lutnick at Commerce, and all the other key administration officials that have an equity in crypto. And similarly, the SEC has set up a crypto task force led by Hester Peirce, which is also looking at this issue. And together, our objective is to accomplish the task that the President assigned for us in his EO, which is to propose a federal regulatory framework governing the issuance and operation of digital assets, including stablecoins, in the United States. I've talked to many founders over the past few years, and they've told me repeatedly that the number one thing they need from Washington is regulatory clarity. They just want to know what the rules of the road are so they can abide by them. We're coming off, frankly, 4 years of arbitrary prosecution and persecution of crypto companies where the SEC wouldn't tell founders what the rules were, but then they would prosecute them. And many founders have even told me stories of being debanked personally just because they had founded a crypto company. All of this approach was driving this important technology of the future offshore, and we want to keep that innovation onshore in the U.S. Financial assets are destined to become digital, just like every analog industry has become digital, and we want that value creation to happen in the United States rather than giving it away to other countries. This will also, I should add, be much better for consumer protection because it's easier for regulators to supervise an activity when it's onshore. And it's probably not a coincidence that the single biggest fraud in the history of crypto, which was FTX, was based in the Bahamas. By moving the innovation onshore, it'll be easier to separate out the good actors from the bad actors. And we want to encourage the good actors, the innovators, while protecting the market from the bad actors. And I think a market structured legislation with clear definitions and fair rules will do that. I want to say additionally, we're excited about working with both the House and Senate on stablecoin legislation. I know Senator Hagerty introduced a bill today. This stablecoins really have the potential to ensure American dollar dominance internationally, to increase the usage of the U.S. dollar digitally as the world's reserve currency, and in the process create potentially trillions of dollars of demand for U.S. treasuries, which could lower long-term interest rates. So let me stop there, and I want to thank the chairman here today, Chairman Scott, Chairman Hill, Chairman Bosman, Chairman Thompson. And I look forward to working with them as part of the administration to help turn President Trump's policy into reality. This was a week one priority for the administration, and we're excited that our counterparts in Congress are equally committed to ensuring American dominance in digital assets. I look forward to working with each of you. And with that, I want to say work with each of you in creating a golden age in digital assets. And with that, I'll turn it over to Chairman Scott. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Let's get to some meat and
David
bones.
represents promises made, promises kept. I love the campaign trail when President Trump was out there making promises, and we see today he's keeping those promises. And in so many ways, I think back to a kid as I was a long time ago, growing up in a single-parent household, mired in poverty, and hoping that the American dream would one day be accessible for me. I think that we're standing here today at the precipice of greatness for so many kids who are looking forward to democratization, having access points for their families and for themselves that makes it easier and less expensive to do business in this country. I love the concept that we see today, synergy within the administration, the House, and the Senate, focusing not on ourselves, but focusing on working class Americans who desperately need to reduce their prices and increase their access. That's what the bicameral working group will help tackle. I have a pre-existing working friendship with GT and French and John. And the good news is we come together already having proven the ability to work together to get things done for the American people. It's an exciting time to be an American. And as David said, the golden age has begun. And the good news is it's going to get better. I'm excited about what we will accomplish for the American people. I'm excited about the synergistic approach that we're taking in the House and the Senate, with the White House leading the way. Next, you'll hear from Chairman French Hill.
Thank you, Chairman Scott, and David Sachs, thank you for coming to Capitol Hill
Bitcoin's getting
to
hit.
celebrate with us the fact that in the 119th Congress, we have a bicameral project for both a stablecoins bill and a regulatory framework that will bring clarity to digital assets in the United States so that we are the land of opportunity, the land of innovation.
The reason Bitcoin's dropping is because they haven't really told us exactly what they're doing. We're waiting to hear some type of big report around National Reserve, that type of stuff. Some big rule change, something set in stone that can really get Bitcoin going. So far, they're just doing their typical old people talk.
That we have been for decades in so many other technologies. We don't want to be behind in financial technology and digital assets in the United States, but our innovators, as David Sachs reported, need clarity. They need to know what the rules of the road are, and that's why I'm excited to be here today to share this announcement that we're forming a working group on a bicameral basis between the House Financial Services Committee, the Senate Banking Committee, the House Agriculture Committee, and the Senate Agriculture Committee to make progress on that clarity for a regulatory framework and to create and structure a stablecoins bill that will lend itself to advancing America as the reserve currency of the world. This is a big issue. Bicameral support this year is dynamic because last year in the 118th Congress, we had success on a bipartisan basis in the House on both stablecoin legislation moving out of the House Financial Services Committee and for the regulatory framework moving across the House floor with a strong bipartisan vote. 71 Democrats joined House Republicans in moving that policy forward. So in my view, with the wind at our back of a leader like President Trump, who knows that financial innovation, financial technology is where America's heart is, where our entrepreneurs' our hearts are, that will lead from the executive branch. And now, with this bicameral partnership with Senate Agriculture and Senate Banking, along with our House committees, I look very, very forward to the success we're going to have in the 119th Congress. And let me ask my good friend from Arkansas, a fellow Razorback, the chairman of the House Ag Committee, John Bosman.
We're all still excited about the big Kentucky win. So it's good to be with you all. We've been working hard on this for the last 3 years, and we've had our ups and our downs. When we started working on it, crypto was gaining popularity, and then with Sam Bankman-Fried and other things, it seemed like perhaps it was in trouble. It's rebounded, though, and is bigger than ever. So our goal is to make sure that consumers are protected, make sure that the industry, in order for it to grow and be able to offer all of the things that it does offer to the various disciplines that are out there, whether you're a bank or whether you're investing a client's money for their retirement or whatever, you've got protections, there's structure in it, and it will allow the industry itself, because it is regulated, people can have confidence in that, to grow. It's a little different than our normal situations in the sense we've got these jurisdiction things. So I'm the chairman of AG. Why am I here? Because we have the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, and some assets are commodities, some are securities. So the SEC has jurisdiction over the securities, CFTC has jurisdiction over the other. So the idea that we're working together, again, we've all been working separately. We've made progress over the last several years, but working together now with purpose, and then also having the White House, having the czar over here, again, to visit with him and really set up a structure so that we can get a final structure to make this thing work is very, very important. So I appreciate Senator Scott, I think, really coming up with that idea. And I think it's a good one, and we're looking forward to actually get some things accomplished in the next several months.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Congressman G.T. Thompson, Chair of the House Agriculture Committee. And this is what we're doing today is sort of the next step in what will be a milestone, which will be a great accomplishment for our country. You know, America really was a leader when it came to Internet 1.0, right? It was the Internet of knowledge. And the Internet 2.0, again, it was America that led that for the world, not just for our citizens, but for the world. And that was the Internet of things. And then Internet 3.0 is what we're talking about today, and that's the Internet of value. And we're approaching it in a principled way. You know, my colleagues here mentioned a couple of those. Number one, do no harm. You know, protect consumers, provide that regulatory structure, that certainty, both for the industry, but quite frankly for the consumers as well. And secondly is foster innovation, because the opportunities are just really are unimaginable. Well, what I believe is that whatever's over the horizon is going to be very, very exciting. So I'm really, well, first of all, just very thankful to President Trump for his historic efforts to bring regulatory clarity to the digital assets markets. His leadership with the work that David Sachs is going to lead on his behalf is going to be a game changer for American competitiveness in the global race to build the new economy. The president could not have picked a better person to helm his AI and digital asset efforts. David brings a wealth of experience in exploring new technologies and building successful businesses to this new role. You know, we've had great conversations, and I know that he is laser focused on bringing certainty to digital asset markets. I want to congratulate my friend Chairman Hill. He is the right man to lead the Financial Services Committee in the House at this moment, in this time, and he's a great partner and the type of leader that we need to advance this issue. We worked incredibly well last Congress together alongside Patrick McHenry, and I'm excited to build on that work together. I also want to congratulate our newly elevated Senate colleagues, Chairman Bosman and Chairman Scott. Perhaps there's no one more pleased than me to be able to say Chairman Bosman. John and Tim and their members are going to bring a wealth of talent and expertise to this discussion from the Senate majority. We did incredible work in the House last Congress in the 118th, and I'm proud of the efforts that went into our historic vote on FIT 21. I'm equally excited to have these partners and a new administration in place to be able to finish the job. I'm thrilled to lead House Agriculture Committee members as we work with this incredible team to put a bill on President Trump's desk. And I think at this point we're going to be in a position to take a few questions.
Thank you, everyone. We're going to take some questions from the crowd. When you direct your questions, can you please say your name and the outlet you're with?
They're just saying that when you guys answer questions, please say your name, your outlet, stuff like that. They haven't actually asked a question yet.
I wanted to start off, you're talking about legislation. Can you talk a little bit about FIT 21 last time, the bill that you planted?
Turn your volume all the way up if you want to hear this, because my volume is
Now
maxed.
that we have the trifecta in Washington.
Well, thanks, Emily. We did do good work, good, strong bipartisan work on FIT 21, which was the clarity for a market structure bill. That bill, I think, had the basics for the exact bill that we'll propose to introduce again in the 119th Congress. There may be some modest changes, but it had bipartisan support. We did a lot of work in our markup and in the floor preparation for it in both the Ag Committee under Dusty Johnson leadership and G.T. Thompson's leadership, and in House Financial Services. So on the regulatory framework bill, that'll be the approach that the House takes. On stablecoins, I think you'll see us have a bill that's very similar to the approach that's been taken in the Senate. Recently, Senator Hagerty's introduced legislation. That bill was closer to the original proposal that Patrick McHenry put in place early in the 118th Congress, and I think you'll see the House expose a draft for stablecoins that would be similar to the approach taken by Senator Hagerty. But let me ask GT or to comment or Tim.
So I established this year a digital asset subcommittee so that we could take a deep dive into market structure as well as stable coins. Good news is stable coins led by Bill Hagerty on the Senate side out already today. We've seen Cynthia Lummis as a co-sponsor. Market structure is a place where you have left and right leaning in. We have members from Gillibrand and Lummis working together in the past, now working together in the future, coming to the table to create the framework for the Senate so that we can harmonize Fit 21, the parts that we see as a path forward to a signature into law. So the good news is, from my perspective, having the Digital Asset Subcommittee really working on the market structure at the same time, simultaneously having Bill Haggerty lead the conversation around stablecoins, having that bill out for us to take a look at. There will be an amendment process, will be a part of that for us. And then hopefully, very quickly, we'll see the House, they're working on it as well. So we'll have a legislation that's able to go to the President's desk.
Let me just say, I'm very proud of the work that we did in 118th with Fit 21. And that was done in, you heard others talk about, we had Republicans and Democrats certainly in committee and on the House floor, a significant vote that we achieved. But I like to say we achieved that in a tripartisan way. We worked in bringing the industry, bringing key stakeholders to the table. And so I look forward to, quite frankly, on working with my colleagues here and President Trump to, to continue that process of refining what we do, whether it's market structures and the other aspects of this bill.
Brendan Peterson with Punchbowl News. I wanted to ask if you all are thinking about making changes to anti-money laundering law as a part of this bill.
Oh, money laundering law, Jesus, I don't care about money laundering laws.
And beyond, and the broader concerns about money transmitter licenses and the sensitivities of AML.
Yeah.
Who did they
It's
let
really
in
open
here?
for discussion. One of the things that the subcommittee will take a look at is the whole playing field. I mean, at the end of the day, to get all of our members on board, we're going to have to be open to comments and thoughts on the issue. I think we're in a good place. The Bank Secrecy Act is something that we've discussed with the other side. They have a focus on it. I think that the broader conversation should not be about digital assets alone. It's about bad actors doing bad things by any means necessary. And so having that conversation from a panoramic view and not simply from an digital asset perspective is going to be important for us to get to the end of that conversation.
We need David Sachs. That's what we
I
need,
just
David
would, I would
Sachs.
add, having been the subcommittee chair in the last Congress, and Brian Stiles is going to have that mission this time. He'll do an excellent job, I think, on the market structure bill and the stablecoin bill as it relates to the security aspects of it. We were very sensitive in the 118th Congress about the law enforcement aspects of digital assets, not any different than we are about any other means of transfer of or payment method, whether you're talking about cash or the ACH system or real-time payments. This is an important point. I agree with Senator Scott completely. We'll listen to our members. But in the drafts that we pro-offered last year that, as I say, we had bipartisan support for, they had strict AML standards in them for this digital arrangement for digital assets that are not unlike the requirements out in the analog financial services space. It's why we call the bills fit for purpose, because this is not an intermediated form of finance anymore, and so these laws have to reflect how transactions are conducted. But AML and BSA are important for every member on both sides of the Capitol.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. For both of the stablecoin and the FIT bills last year, I'm just curious this year whether you have any idea of the timeline when you expect to get those worked through Congress, and then also could this ride along anything like the Farm Bill, for instance, given the agriculture connection?
Well, we have to work on getting the Farm Bill. And we're going to do that. The time-wise, I think one of the most important things we're doing now, with every Congress, we have new members that retire or are defeated, and we have new members coming in. So we're starting that now and have started member education. And quite honestly, crypto is not the easiest thing to wrap your mind around. Not everyone comes into Congress with a good, full understanding and a thorough knowledge. And so member education is what our first goal is here. And then how it times up, it is, I think we've shown the ability to be able to move a market structures bill, well, Fit 21 as a whole, out of the House in the past. I think we're probably in a really good position to, when we conclude our work and preparation this time around, to be able to do that. So I don't see this being attached to a farm bill.
Thank you.
Hang on one second.
And I would say, if I was thinking about this a little bit, I think what we have is an opportunity to get things done. My theory is the first 100 days of a new administration is important. On the Senate side, my goal is to be as aggressive as possible to achieve an objective of having bills through the Senate in 100 days.
Just to go back to Emily's question on this and combine it with timing, Maeve, is here's the way to think about it. We did a lot of work in the 118th Congress in the House. So we're prepared to move forward in the House Financial Services Committee, and I won't speak for Chairman Thompson. Level set here. This is why Chairman Bosman and Chairman Scott have stepped up digital assets at a subcommittee level to bring members along and do that member education here in the Senate, something that in the House, we had the benefit, obviously of 2 Congresses working on that. So I think a key element now, though, is the education and technical assistance that can be provided to members both in the House and Senate from the executive branch now, as President Trump's leadership posts are confirmed, and key among them is his AI and crypto advisor, David Sachs. And David, would you want to speak to this issue of helping members?
Finally, David Sachs.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So this is what we're here for, and I actually did a session even before the start of this Congress with Speaker Johnson. We did a great sort of open dialogue with members of the House in that case, and I think part of what we're here to do is provide resources on education. Some of them can be outside advisors, kind of luminaries in the industry, and we're talking to a lot of those people. And then, I'm also available anytime to talk to members about this. It can, crypto can be a esoteric subject, and it is good to explain it, to kind of demystify it, because I think once you understand that, you've kind of got the cryptocurrency itself, like Bitcoin, but then what it really runs on are blockchains, which are just distributed ledgers. It's really a new type of decentralized computing platform, and there's a lot of things that can be built on that computing platform. So in any event, we're happy here to provide those resources to help explain it, both on Capitol Hill and beyond.
Thank you, Jasper Goodman with Politico. Thanks for doing this. Senator Hagerty is out with a stablecoin bill today. Given that that's out there and that there's been more consensus in the past on stablecoins as opposed to market structure, do you plan to move first on stablecoins ahead of market structure? And relatedly, to what extent in both of these processes do you plan to engage Democrats versus going at it alone now that you have the trifecta?
Yeah. So the bill's out, as you know. We have been working with Democrats already on the bill. You'll see co-sponsors will line up on both sides. Good news is that the bill is moving quickly. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at a place where you see very little bipartisan coalition building. The members of the committee, as well as folks like Gillibrand off the committee, are very anxious to have a win in this digital space. And so for the first time in a long time, there's a reason to take a deep breath and release it, because the legislation moving forward very quickly is happening. Good news is they have had, as French said, a lot of time working on the legislation as well. Finding the places where there are disagreement will be the key for us getting it to the president's desk, and that's where I think the task happens next, is to take a look at the component parts of Hagerty's stablecoin bill. But that's what we're moving first, is stablecoins.
Stable coins is the priority.
In the House, and I'll speak for the Financial Services Committee and then yield to my friend GT, we're proposing that we'll essentially move the stable coins and a Fit 21 type structure, as I've now answered that question 2 or 3 times, on a similar track, meaning we're going to begin that process where we left off in the 118th Congress. And we worked hand in glove diligently with our colleagues on the Democratic side of the aisle in the House. Many of the ideas that are reflected in the market structure bill and some in the stablecoins bill reflected views from the minority party in the House. And we'll continue to do that, and you'll see that as we move forward with a set of hearings and the discussion. So I remain committed to trying to make these bills bipartisan success in the House. And certainly we'll cooperate with the senators and try to be a part of any kind of educational effort here on a bipartisan base to support their efforts here in the Senate. GT.
I have the same commitment, so I really don't have anything additional.
All right, last question, Jagger.
Last question, save us.
On the campaign trail, the president said he supported the Bitcoin reserve. I'm curious what the plans are.
Bitcoin reserve question.
And would the Biden administration consider putting crypto into a sovereign wealth fund?
Come on, David. Come on, David.
So one of the things that the president instructed us to do was to evaluate the idea for a Bitcoin reserve, and so that is one of the things. That's one of the first things we're going to look at as part of the internal working group in the administration. So as soon as we get all that set up, we're still waiting for some cabinet secretaries who are on the working group to get confirmed. So we're still in the very early stages of this. But that's one of the first things we're gonna look at is the feasibility of a Bitcoin reserve. I think the concept of the sovereign wealth fund is a little separate, and you'd have to talk to Secretary Lutnick, or soon to be Secretary Lutnick, about that.
Thank you all very much.
That was some bullshit. What the fuck? When you finally get the last question was the one we all had, we were all ready to ask. Hey, what about the freaking here? Let me go here. What was going on with the Bitcoin reserve? We all were asking that same exact question. And then what did he say? It's a priority. We're going to look at it first thing. It's already been a few weeks. You guys had plenty of time to fucking look at this. And now all of a sudden, it doesn't sound like a priority. That answer was not a good answer. That was not a good answer at all. You saw his face when he got up there. You saw the senators kind of smirking like little freaking high schoolers in the back. Like, I can't believe they asked that type of question. No, that's what everybody that came to watch that video was looking for, and they fell flat. Now, we're lucky that Bitcoin isn't hurting too much after this. It was really, it was such a boring press conference. We didn't really hear any big announcements, no big news. It was all about stablecoins. Can you imagine listening to stablecoins for an hour? Well, guess what? You just fucking did it. That was absolutely brutal. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. I was not impressed with that whatsoever. I was not impressed with it at all. That was horrible. Horrible. So, what we're going to do now is Senate Banking, House, and Committee. Let me go over here very fast. That was horrible. GIF. Anger is the feeling I'm having right now. I'm not Powder Puff Girl angry. Disappointed. There we go. I think we can go with little Wesley Snipes. There we go. Now, let me back up a little bit more here. I wonder if AI will help me out as far as getting the Explorer thing here. There we go. It was so bad. I'm just gonna vent that. It was so bad. People said pump my bags. It was great. No. It was horrible. It was horrible. We were looking at a Bitcoin reserve first. It was a bad answer. They should have already been looking at it. I like Crypto Windy, but fuck that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. I was very disappointed. Let's see, Chip Roy, anything else here? Nope. Nope. Okay, good. All right, back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is getting pushed down. It looks like minute by minute, still in a little bit of a downtrend. Hopefully, we can kind of hold the support level here. You guys can see this level right here with the 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart. But yeah, I mean, that sucked out. Again, I don't know what you guys think. It just sucked, in my opinion. What about fucking XRP? XRP, why do you guys care about XRP so much? XRP is something you want to hold and just let it chill. Because right now, I mean, it's doing the same thing as everything else. It's now bearish. It's been bearish since the 26th of January, which has been that's been a minute here, hasn't it? Wow. Just a bearish. Yeah, he had all three go bearish right around here. That was your sign to take some profit here. Also had a breakdown right there. No breakouts coming, so no reason to get back into it. Last breakout was over there, yeah. XRP, it's in some pain, dude. It's in some pain. It is also bearish in the short term, just like Bitcoin is bearish in the short term. We were just hoping that this could have been some news that could have got Bitcoin back on track. I don't think this is like a horrible day for Bitcoin, but man, just as somebody who, get out of here. There you go. Who wanted to have Bitcoin have some great news and us go higher? Yeah, that was very disappointing. Very, very blah, right? I caught 10 minutes. It was terrible. Yeah, there was no info. Yeah, it was really, really bad. And hey, Rami, very, very bad. Horses, but the farm bill, yeah, I don't know what the fuck there was. I mean, I understand that the way these committees are structured is kind of weird, and I understand that. But yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible. I mean, that was just bad. I don't think they understood what people were expecting to hear and the type of information we wanted answered. And so they didn't really take the initiative saying, hey, this is what we're doing. Like, they didn't even talk about as far as like, hey, we're planning this Bitcoin reserve, that type of stuff. No, like, we don't know if we can actually do it. Well, fuck just took over a bureaucracy and like fired everybody. If he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would. So that means it's incumbent on us to start making noise and say, hey, don't backtrack on this now. You already freed the guy and what's the Silk Road guy, David Ross, whatever his name is. That's not going to be enough to kind of placate us. You better keep on making these moves. And I don't give a fuck about stable coins whatsoever. I want some of that good stuff there, right? I want that Bitcoin reserve. I want stuff that's going to affect my life, my portfolio, right? They just effing nuked us. It wasn't like it's not going to be horrible, but I was hoping for something that would like bring Bitcoin back from this bearishness that we're dealing with. I think there's an opportunity for it, but it seems like the only thing that's moving up right now is Melania token. Melania token's making a little bit of a pump, but I mean that's been Melania token for the past couple weeks, right? So, I think people are going to buy in here for a move from maybe 166 up to maybe 310. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, somewhere up here, yeah. Oh, it's me 299, 3, yeah. Could be interesting. I mean, the Dow Jones is up, the NASDAQ is up, the SPY is up. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of just as sideways as everything else if you think about it. Ethereum, Ethereum's not looking so good. Solana's doing okay, kind of choppy. Dogecoin trying to recover, but Dogecoin had a really bad day yesterday, Poor WIF. I mean, WIF looks like it's like freaking finished. Look at that. Ugh, like the travesty. But yeah, so that's kind of just like, for shame, guys, for shame. That was a horrible press conference. Absolutely horrible. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. Yeah, Cleo, thank you. Yeah, that was just bad. Trending. Anything else about what do you call Grimes? FES. FU money. What's going on here? Oh, they're gonna audit the IRS? Oh my God. Dude, they're okay. Regardless of what you say, they are going to be doing some change here. They are going to be fucking with the government here in the bureaucracies. David Sachs right here. I want to see what people said about this. Did they like it or not? Let's see. David Sachs is one of the first things they're looking for is Bitcoin reserve. No. They've already been looking at it. They should have already been looking at it. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's what everybody was waiting for. But that seems like there was nothing there. You know what I mean? Like everybody's like, oh, a politician said it's the first thing on our list. And I'm like, dude, you've been in office for a few weeks now. Now I know it's just a few weeks, but like if Trump wanted to, he would make the announcement saying we are doing a national Bitcoin reserve. And then they would take their time getting everything ready, the T's crossed, the I's dotted, and then going through the process. But they're like, we'll see if we can even do it. They said they might not even be able to do it, right? So yeah. So it'll be a little bit interesting there. David Sachs, anything else here? Yeah, one of the first things I feel like influencers have this need to try to hype up people in order to get a like on X or get a like on YouTube or get a like on Twitch or something like that. When in reality, you all watched that same press conference I did, and you all know it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. But I feel like we have to try to hype them up And that's a shame because that sucked, at least in my humble opinion, right? And I try to be a little bit humble though. And hey, Kathy Luna, happy to see you. Hope you're doing well. Why put digital air into the reserve and get rugged when people need money? Yeah, that's true right there. We're looking into feasibility. There's no bad Bitcoin news? Oh, yeah, there is. When Mt. Gox was selling off stuff, and then when Germany was selling off stuff, that's bad crypto news. Because it just scares the living shit out of people. FTX, I would say, was even bad news for everybody, mostly because a lot of people actually lost a shit ton of money there, and that really hurt people because, what happens in the height of a cryptocurrency market is there's what would you want to say? People get over leveraged into the market, put too much money in there and things like that. But yeah, we are looking into the feasibility as less than nothing. Ah, shit, I know that's political talk right there. Do I even want to watch this press conference? Hey, you don't want to. It's already over. I mean, you could rewind and see it if you want to, but it was very boring. I think I heard more about farm bills and stable coins than I heard about Bitcoin, to be honest. Can I recap where they didn't really talk about anything we wanted to hear. There was one statement on the Bitcoin reserve, and it was the very last question. He gave a really passive answer. It was like, we don't even know if we're allowed to do it type thing. But it is in our to-do list that we're going to try to figure out if we can do it. Everything else was about stable coins and not much clarity on where they're going to be going with regulation. More about that they're just getting started with all this. And there was a bill, I believe, put in place today or not launched today. There was a bill put on the floor, I guess you could say, or I don't know the proper term. Whatever, about stablecoins. So a lot of it was stablecoins. They just kept walking in circles, talking about how proud of each other they were. That's old people, man. That's just how they roll over there in Congress. Those guys so rich they don't care about anything. Very much so, very very much so. I mean, they laughed when he was asked about the Bitcoin reserve. They laughed at it, right? Not David Sachs, but the people behind him, right? Thoughts about Sachs in general? He's a great guy. I mean, from a meat perspective, he is going to give us a regulatory clarity, which is going to be great for crypto. A lot of crypto will do very well. Some crypto will not do well because of the regulatory clarity. I am hoping he can onshore some of these exchanges that have left us, because what's going to happen here is there's going to be a spotlight in all the exchanges here over the next couple of years, probably 3-4 years from now, because they have to put the law together, pass it, then they have to give them a couple of years to get everything in order, right? There's going to be a big old light on all these exchanges, and there's going to be exchanges that grow like crazy in America, right? And there's going to be exchanges that are like permanently barred. Well, even if you're American, you do not even want to touch Binance. You don't even want to touch KuCoin because the government will fine your ass, and they'll have the resources needed to actually track your ledger and stuff like that once all the KYC stuff goes into place. So it's not all, roses, but what it will do for us, it will allow much more money to come into the cryptocurrency market. And for us who have been buying and holding for a long time, whether it's like the XRPs, the Dogecoins, the ADAs, the Bitcoins, Ethereum, Solana, whatever, all of us buying at these lower market caps, it will make us very, very wealthy, in my opinion, in the long term. Right, because all the institutional money is going to go in there. When an older couple goes and says, "Hey, or when a younger couple goes in and says, "Hey, thanks, financial advisor, for meeting for us. We're trying to put together our retirement portfolio today." One of the papers he's going to have when he gives them, like, "Hey, here are the different types of portfolios we can offer. We can kind of maneuver stuff around." One of them, or all of them, are going to have crypto as a subset, as a part of that portfolio. And then you're just going to see more and more money kind of flow in there as time goes on. So it'll be great. Volatility will subside a little bit. Altcoin seasons will slow down, I would say. But we still have years before that happens. And then it's going to be one of those longer term games where all these companies that are popping up, they'll get more loans, they'll get more money, they'll be able to grow. They may have to report their earnings and stuff like that. But again, it'll make it so some altcoins are going up, some altcoins are going down based off of the fundamentals like we see in the stock market. It'll open up a little bit of a different ecosystem, if you will, a little bit different thing going on there. This makes me feel like nothing is going to change in crypto with them. They're just using a little lube instead of sand this time around. Do you think they will be able to unban Bybit and Binance so I can finally trade perpetuals? No, they're probably not going to unban those ones unless they're able to fully come into the United States and they're based inside the United States and all the jobs come to the United States. That's the only way they would allow that to happen, and all this stuff would happen on American servers. And that's because, they're too big right now. and they have enough power to be like, fuck America, we can go with the rest of the world, right? But it'll be interesting. Maybe they'll make KuCoin US, maybe they'll make Binance US again, but again, there would have to be the Trump that we have now, plus there'd have to be a JD Vance afterwards, because you don't want to see a new SEC guy come in there and kind of fuck everything up. So it'd really have to be like 8 more years of Republican, 12 more years of an American president for that to really like get them back in here, if you ask me. I don't know where you live, but basically I have links down below if you're in the United States and you want to find a new exchange. I got tons of links down below. They're all affiliate links. I get paid when you sign up, but I get paid when you sign up, you deposit, and you trade. If you don't do any of that, I don't get paid. But mostly, it's just there to help out the channel. But what do you call it? Those are all places where you can trade. Canada 2 all got banned a few years back. Only a couple exchanges, no leverage, bots or anything fun. Oh man, actually, at least I get leverage over here. Weird fish, yeah, exactly. And heck, I appreciate if you guys can give the video a like that. I appreciate that. Will Trump's token all-time high live forever on Biden's? Let's see, token all-time live forever. What's that mean? Will Trump token all-time high live forever on Biden's last day? I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking about maybe that's going to be the all-time high for Trump token? It could be. I mean, Trump token's having a lot of issues right now. I mean, a lot of issues. That's the daily chart for Trump token. I mean, I'm sure it'll pop back up eventually and things like that, but all the people that bought back over here, like way back over here, like, I mean, really low. I mean, they're still selling off bit by bit, and they're still happy with their returns. They just should have sold everything up there. Melania Trump is making a little bit of a reversal, but, we'll see how this turns out. But overall, it's more of a meh right now with these meme coins. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the stream right now. I am going to go get some food, and then I'm going to get ready for a stream I'm going to have with you guys, I think around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I want to make sure I give my computer a rest before I start to do my next stream and things like that. All right. So see you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good God, that was a horrible press conference, but thank you for watching it with me anyway. Thanks.